Welcome, this is Lily Rubio, and also welcome back to BOCI TV. And also you can tweet at BOCoffee, hashtag BOCI, and follow what's going on there. And then also don't forget to set up your free profile at businessovercoffee.biz. Okay, so that's just some little things we needed to get going. But Lily is extraordinary. She's super busy woman. She is a recording artist, and it's Christian is what you sing, Christian gospel. But do you have English? You do have English CDs, but you also have Spanish CDs, right?
Yeah, the album is half and half.
Half and half. Okay. Oh,
half
so
English,
you learned,
half Spanish.
You learned Spanish then.
Yeah.
And then you had children, and then didn't want to do the touring, but you still do some local things, right? And so you started another business, cupcake cover tops, and so she's running that business now too, and all on her own. So
yes.
Lily Rubio, let's give her a round of applause because she's done a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, first of all, Lily, your blog that you post all the time, your blog is not a blog, it's a vlog. What, if you've got to market yourself, how do you do it in this world?
Well, that's what was happening to me. I was kind of looking at my situation, starting off as a recording artist. Just the industry has changed so much. And I started back when you could still get record deals and people were promoting you. But then literally, I remember getting a MySpace page designed. Back in those days, people would design really cool pages, and I spent probably I think it was $200 or $400 just to have one nice page with my album and a nice picture and all that. And literally within a year, no one was on MySpace. Everything just changed. It was just this huge change of the industry, the internet, everything just changed. And so I just found myself in a situation where I was okay, no one is necessarily knocking on my door for opportunities. I need to create my own. And so I got a phone call from my brother, who is an actor in LA, and he does a lot of commercials, and he's pretty well known. And he's like, Lil, people, calls me Lil. People, I have some buddies of mine, and they're making money on YouTube, just posting YouTube videos. And I was like, what? I had been looking for a way to kind of package up the fact that I was a singer, now a new mother, an entrepreneur. How do I just package that up and sell it in a way that I could still be inspiring and just teach. I really wanted to teach and inspire people, because that's what I did with my music. So I'm how could I encapsulate that and just build my own platform? And so for me, YouTube was the answer. And so what I started to do, I committed to posting one video a week, which sounds pretty we can all do one video a week, but it literally took over my life. By the time you film, you edit, you upload it, it can take over. But once it's part of your life, then it's a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
But
how hard is it? You say you film, you edit, are all of these things available to do on your PC, or do you have to do
I started off on a PC, and I just used free editing software that comes, if you have a PC, everyone has Windows Movie Maker, and you can start off with that. After about 7 months, I got a Mac, and that changed oh my gosh, it took my editing time from hours there. I still spend hours just because I'm a perfectionist, and I really love it. I love the creative process, and for me, I wanted to create more than just a lot of mommy bloggers or people that were doing they would just sit in their bathroom with a towel behind them and just be hey guys, and talk. And I just tried to make everything more interesting by just having a set behind me, or just music, and I just really tried to be a little more creative.
Yeah, you've done it outside whenever you were following your pregnancy, and then you did the rant.
Yes. Well, see, that's an
rant.
interesting thing that I want to talk about. So I was kind of, I started off, I was just committed to do this, and so I started talking about topics that meant a lot to me. I was teaching people, like one of my first videos that was pretty sick. Well, my very first one was how I lost my baby weight. I'm like, everyone would want to know that, you know? And it was, I got like, you know, I was able to lose 40 pounds. And so I just shared kind of like my secrets and stuff and what I did. And then my next video was how to get anything you want just by doing this one thing. And so then you have to watch the video to figure out. And those were all little secrets and stuff that I had like discovered in my life. And so they were getting like, you know, just things I was passionate about. I was trying to like inspire people, business related, but the views just weren't really there. And then all of a sudden, like I was maybe averaging like a few hundred views, but it wasn't where like I wanted it to be. And I'm still working on that. But I got pregnant and I was like, okay, do you guys want me to vlog? I knew that people vlogged about their pregnancy and the progress. And so I was like, do you guys want me to vlog about my pregnancy? And everyone was like, yes, 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 we'll follow you. That literally took my views, like it increased it like,
wow.
I mean, 90%. It was like, it took my views from like 5,000 to almost 500 to 2,000. And so
amazing.
It was just like, okay, this is what the people want to see. This is what I'm going to give them. So what I did was I just incorporated mostly that mingled in with a little bit of what I wanted to talk about. And so the idea is to just make people get to know you, fall in love with you, and then you can talk about anything you want.
Now, you do the mommy, but that translates into selling the cupcake cover tops too.
Yeah, so what I do is I will make a video about how I potty trained my son in 3 days and then end it with a commercial of my product. So that's what I've been doing. And let me tell you, YouTube, I literally was a company selling, you know, to my Facebook little network. I had some local sales. I set up at the flea market here at the Agri Center once a month. And the minute I started posting YouTube videos, I got my first international order. I'm in over like 8 countries, Australia, Germany, South Korea, like places I'll get orders and I'm like, oh my gosh, how did they hear about me? It's YouTube.
Okay, do your commercial right now. What is cupcake cover tops?
Cupcake cover tops, yeah, like we haven't even mentioned what they are. I designed little half camis. Rather than a full length, it just cuts off at the bust line so that women can wear low cut shirts, dresses without having to wear a cami, right, the extra layer, the extra layer. So I'm from Miami. Memphis gets just as hot, but it was a summer. I was so hot, and I used to cut tank tops. And I'm just like, I was just wearing stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if I gotta wear one more layer, I'm gonna scream.
And it's the summertime clothes that plunge.
It's the summertime clothes that plunge. Things are see-through, and I found myself needing to wear these layers, but was so annoyed by if I had to wear one more long camisole, an extra layer, I'm gonna die. So I actually, with my limited drawing skills, just drew out like the perfect little cami or tank top that I wanted, and put it in a notebook and just like set it aside, and had this idea that I wanted to do something but just didn't know even where to begin. I didn't sew, I didn't even know anything about fabric, nothing, but I just had this idea that I knew I needed, and talking to other people I knew they needed too, but whatever, I just, with my limited skills and everything, I kind of put it on a back burner. And so my husband, he's a doctor, and he gets his residency. They kind of, like, the way it works is they match you in a different state. So now we're told we're going to Memphis. And so I'm actually in my first trimester with my first son. This was before YouTube, before anything. And I get this job working at this doctor's office that they tell me, we don't have anyone, like there's no doctors in this office. They're trying to sell the space, but part of the selling of the space is having a receptionist there. So they're like, here's the internet, here's a remote, you could watch TV, study if you're going to school.
Now that's the job to have.
Yeah, and they paid me for that. Yeah, and so I was like, I'm gonna start my company. I'm gonna pretend I'm coming to my office every day. And it was a gorgeous office. It really was. It was like brand new. They were trying to market this new like rental for doctors to rent space rather than having their own practices. They rent cubicles. So I literally built my company from the ground up. I knew that I was going to get bigger. I wasn't going to be able to travel anymore with music, and I wanted to stay home. I wanted to do something that I could do from home and raise my children. And so I was like, this is the time. That was 5 years from the day I drew my sketches. 5 years had passed by. And so here I am at this office, and I literally, like, I built just my whole company. It took me a year to build the whole thing, to figure out where to buy fabric, who's gonna make them, and all this stuff. And the month my son was born, I got my first shipment in, and I started my company then.
There you go. Very good. The working mom out of the fake receptionist office.
Yes.
Too funny.
So thank you. I gotta thank those people one day.
So when you're I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, okay, you put the computer in front of you, you sit there, you look at the little camera on the computer, or do you need to buy an extra camera? How do you get over feeling, I don't know, any of you, do you feel silly if you're just talking and no one is in the room and you're talking to yourself?
Yeah, it does. It's just like anything. Practice makes perfect.
Okay.
Your first video, it's gonna feel weird. Then you get to the point where you're just like, hey, you like can visualize the people there, and that's actually a little, tip that you need to look at the camera as if within that camera there's an audience. And so at first it is awkward, and I started off with just a regular camera that had video, and I would put it on a tripod. I didn't do the webcam just because I didn't have a webcam, so I just had a camera, and then that's when I would edit in Windows Media. And when I look back at my beginning videos, it's kind of like, ugh. But I've slowly gone improving, but it's really, it's great that you asked that, because a lot of people want to wait till they get the lighting kit, the perfect camera, and then they're going to start doing this video vlogging that people have been talking about. But it's like, no, the internet has kind of done something like everyone, like no one's using cameras anymore. We all use our phones. And while people do want a nice quality something, and it does make a difference for people to just think you're more professional, people can watch a low quality video. If it has good content, they'll still like it. And they're not going to be like, oh, I'm not going to watch her again because it was fuzzy in the background,
There you go.
It's content. You have to have good content, and then eventually, you can go upgrading, but you don't need that to start for sure. You don't need like the high-tech stuff to start.
So you said making money on YouTube. People aren't paying for the videos. Right. So how does that happen?
I know.
Is that just a good side thing that
It's
comes
kind
from
of
this?
cool. I just actually made my first true paycheck from my videos, and it didn't come overnight. This was after 6 months. So in 6 months I made a few $100s, but I was like, wow, from something that I do from my home, now I see the potential in this. And I'm only at 2,000 subscribers, which that took me about a year to get. And mind you, this is I consider myself I'm a networker, I'm a hustler, I'm out there promoting this, and it's still it takes time for this thing to build. But that's the thing, that's why you just have to get started, because yes, it has grown from when I started a year ago. Now I'm at a different place. Now I have people emailing me, telling me how my videos impacted them and how it made such a difference. I posted a video, what to expect from a C-section, and another one about how to stop nursing cold turkey. And I get weekly emails, from people telling me, you saved me, you changed my life. And really, that's what I'm out to do. I'm just out to make a difference and to just be a positive influence in people's lives. And that, maybe the average mommy blogger is just there to talk about their favorite diaper and just maybe help in that sense. But I'm really what I'm trying to build that people don't really realize per se is that I'm trying to build a platform here. I'm trying to build my audience big enough so that in 5 years from now, I can take this leaf and say, guys, buy this leaf, and everyone's gonna buy it. And that's and not in some oh, I'm gonna get them. It's just that I'm trying to build a relationship with an audience.
Build a relationship.
With an audience, so that then I can truly talk about the things I'm passionate about. Then I can market my music and say, this is what moves me, like my music moves me, but also, and why does my music move me? Because I'm able to inspire people with my words and my music. So that's what I'm trying to build. And so it takes time. It definitely takes time. But when I got my first paycheck, so back to your question, I got my first paycheck. And the way that it works is you create content. You could talk about anything, but then YouTube will put ads on your videos. And so you literally just get cents. I mean, it could be 13 cents. So sometimes, have you ever watched a video and a commercial will come on before that? Well, if somebody watches more than 30 seconds of it, you get, I'm talking like maybe like 13 cents or something like that. If somebody
so we shouldn't click the skip this ad whenever it pops up?
Well, you shouldn't.
Out the person, huh?
Now you know. If you want to support that person, hey, just file your nails, let the ad play. Okay? When you skip the ad, but it's kind of as the company, they only want to market to people that really want to know about their product. And so the reason why they have skipped this ad is because obviously you're skipping it because you could care less about what's before you. Now, if they presented something, if you're someone that's been looking for just a new nail polish to buy and a nail polish ad, you're going to watch that because you've been in the market for buying a new nail polish. So then obviously you're their target audience, you're their target market. So that's why YouTube does the skip this ad. Now, when you're a really big YouTuber, they don't give you the option because they're like, you're going to watch this ad whether you like it or not, because they know you want to watch that person, see that video or whatever. So that's how it works. They place ads. You select the type of ads. You can either put a commercial before yours starts. They have the little annoying ones, which I don't really know whoever clicks on those, like the ones that are in the video while the person's speaking, they just like pop up, and I'm just like, I want to watch my video. But whatever, they're clearly effective because they still have them. And then there's ads on the side of your page if you go on a desktop to watch the video. So that's how it works. You get money on the ads, and then I get extra money because I plug in my clothing line after every video, and so it never fails. I get a sale. Like, I get sales. Every time I post a video, bam, I remind people that they could possibly need my product, and I get sales.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
So let's say you're a real estate, you do real estate or whatever. Or let's say, okay, I was just talking to someone now that sells a diet drink. Make a video on how eating kale can help you lose weight. And so it's all about kale. You're not plugging in your product, because sometimes people have a hard time with these sponsored videos where you're in their face like, look, I just want to tell you about my product. It turns people off, and it stinks that it's that way, but it is, unless you're like big time, then they're like, you could talk about anything, but when you're starting off, like, people don't want that direct plug-in. So tell them how great kale is, and then say, kale, all right, so that's your video on kale, and I just want to tell you that along with the kale, I also been drinking my drink, and the combination is amazing. And so if that's something that you wanted to, then you can kind of plug it in, but give them content that they're going to be looking for anyways, as a woman, as a mom, and then plug in your stuff.
Does anybody have questions for Lily on this topic? Why?
How to add Google? Because I've been taking my YouTubes and bringing them onto Google Plus. Are you doing that?
I just started a blog, and the reason why I started a blog, I used to just plug in my website, but when you start a blog, like I just did through blogger.com, blogs.blogspot, you can put ads on those as well. And so I thought, let me just create another platform where I can create I just called it the Cupcake Mommy Life, where I'm posting more mommy things. I'm not really plugging in my company there, but it's more mommy stuff, so that then Google can put those mommy type ads. If I'm just talking about my favorite diaper, then there could be diaper ads, and then there's just more people. So that's why I created the blog, and it's automatic. It's a setting on there. Like, there's no contacting Google and then they do it. It's just, but I will say that YouTube, I think now they let anyone monetize their videos. But when I started off, like, you had to be eligible. Like, they had to, so finally, I had been doing my videos, right, you have to have so many views and so many followers. And so now I have almost like 300,000 video views. And well, one of my videos, just one, had 30,000 views. That was something I did for Ellen. But that's also another great tip.
Oh, I
look
saw
at
that one.
look at contests that are going on through national competitions or whatever, and join those, because those will get you exposure. And so even Ellen
Weren't you
has
a finalist for the Ellen?
Yes, well,
Yes.
she put me on her website. So it was just this crazy challenge she had to have pregnant ladies go out. It was for Mother's Day and dance behind strangers out in public. So my crazy
She did
self
it. It was so cute.
took my stroller. I had no one to come with me. I asked my neighbor, she couldn't come. And this is how crazy I am, guys. Or crazy, I'll tell you why I did it. I didn't do it for Ellen, and because it was so last minute. It was like Friday was the cutoff. Wednesday I heard about it. And so I'm like, I gotta do this. But the reason I did it was because I knew that people were gonna search for those kinds of videos, and I wanted to plug in my company. So I did what Ellen asked me to do, and then at the end I said, join me on my, and I had a plug-in of my website and everything. So that's why I did it. That was why I took my crazy self to the mall with a tripod in my stroller and said, I'm gonna go to the register behind Macy's and I was just like dancing behind people, pregnant. And the whole time I'm like, I'm doing this for cupcakes. And that video got 30,000 views, and Ellen had it as the best. It didn't make her show, but it made her website as some of the best
That were sent in.
Right, the best that were sent in.
That's cute.
So that was my motivation. So yeah, that video has like way over 30,000. And that's another thing to do, is find videos that are trending and speak on those topics. So like there was something new. Did everyone see like the Harlem Shake thing that was going on? Whatever. It was just this like song that got popular. It went viral on YouTube, and then everyone was doing them, where you just like start off in a normal setting, and then all of a sudden with a song, the beat changes and everything goes wild and people start going crazy. Well, that was trending on YouTube. And so I convinced my friends, I'm like, you guys please bring your kids. We're going to do a crazy mommy version of it. And so they came over and we did it. And literally, like, it had been going on for like 2 weeks. And I knew it was going to go out of style. Like, everyone was going to hate those videos if I didn't. Like, because that's what happens. They go viral and everyone wants to see them, and then it's like done. So you have to like jump on those bandwagons. The minute something is trending, make something, either a commentary related to what's going on, you can do that, and then plug in your company. But just find videos that are trending, and you don't even have to do anything. Like, you could have just made a video like, this is crazy, this Harlem Shake thing that people are doing. I don't know what, some of them are funny. Give your opinion, and then, you know, there it's a trending topic. So.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh, time has, we've been with her for almost 30 minutes. This is amazing. Lily, I'm going to ask you something very, very mean and cruel. But can you give us a couple of lines of a song?
Sure, it's not.
Just like put me on the spot.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing. I plug in my music in all of my videos too. Oh, and wait, if I could just say this really quick. What I did, like, my clothing line is called Cupcake Cover Tops by Lily Rubio. So when you go to my website, you see Cupcake Cover Tops, and then I have a tab that says, who is Lily Rubio? And right there, I'm able to show people my music, tell them about my before life. And the reason that I did that was because I knew that clothing can bring me in front of more people than my music could at the time. And so I said, the clothing is gonna bring people to my music. And so I just tied it all in.
And if you've not heard it, she's got some very inspirational. If you're looking for something for your kids that's not, you know, the garbage that's
It's
out
all
there, or just to
upbeat
have
pop.
playing in your car or something, you need to talk to her.
It's all upbeat. I wanted to make music, like, some has a little bit of hip hop, some is just like, it's pop, just with a message. And so a lot of the stuff I write about are obviously my life experiences, but I have this one song called Inside, and I'm not gonna make excuses, but I did wake up groggy, like just with some congestion, but I'll just sing a little line of the chorus, and it says, it takes more than words to grow. If you don't take that leap of faith, you'll never know. I used to feel like you, guilty and confused, But then I changed my life, and now I feel so good inside.
Thank you so much, Lily, for pulling yourself away from the kids at home.
Yes,
and
my pleasure.
having to do all that. And please stay and network and talk with people that are here, because I'm sure there's plenty of people that want to talk to you and learn some more from you. But Lily Rubio, lilyrubio.com. Right?
CupcakeCovertops.com, and just if you type in Lily Rubio on Google, you'll find all of my very
Everything.
public life. So, and I will be blogging, so if you see me talking in the camera, don't think I'm crazy. If you want to be part of my videos, because I'm just vlogging about this whole event, being out and stuff. So.
Awesome. So we'll be looking for that too. Okay. So again, this is Share at BOCI, and we are at the Ridgeway Business Center in East Memphis. And go to businessovercoffee.biz to set up your free profile. And there's a lot more things that you can do beyond that free profile, but that'll get you started. So Lily, thank you so much for coming here
you.
this morning.
Thanks.
Lily Rubio.